Hi all, Hipper here. Today I am taking out Wichita to show you how you can outplay the enemy on what I call the bait flank using an agile built cruiser. And for those who may not know that, an agile build, I'll just go through it very quickly here, is in Wichita's case using the commander Kincaid and setting him up with the ingenious skill and then rudder and speed for pretty much everything else. The ship itself go with improved traverse, uh, improved rudder, of course, and again improved rudder. And for the last, I usually take the improved reload time. So if we go in here and look at the stats, you have a rudder shift of less than 2 seconds, and you can go more than 40 knots, and the turning circle is ridiculously low, making Wichita pretty much the perfect agile cruiser in my opinion. So here we are on Sleeping Giant, and we have spawned at what I call the bait spawn. Now we have a fair amount of tier 6s in this game, and we even have a tier 5 that's in a fail division, so he's gonna have a terrible game, and you'll see that. I feel sorry for the guy, but it really just shows do not division up in ships of a different tier. At least if that means you could potentially be pushed into a tier 7 or a legendary battle in a lower tier. You don't you don't want that. So anyway, I am steaming into sea purposely because I want to get spotted first. Because as soon as I get spotted, usually at least a few ships that spawn at B will turn towards C to engage pretty much the first enemy they see. And that's exactly what I want. I want the whole enemy team to come over here at C, and I want them to waste the whole battle trying to push through, while the guys who spawn at A, and you can see they're already doing really well there. They sprint into A and take it, and after taking A, they take B. And you can see the way the battle is going now, we pretty much already won it. All the ships are rushing over here to C to try to kill this juicy cruiser that suddenly pops up here and looks like he's just a noob sailing in. But in reality, I am setting a trap here. So now I'm just going to sit in here and hide behind this island here while I cap. And I have a sonar. No, sorry. I have a sonar. I also have a radar. And the radar is what I meant to say. Should the destroyer be somewhere on this spawn here and start capping, I'll just hit my radar and he'll have a pretty tough time. I still have a lot of backup behind me. Not as much as I would like to have, but I still have some. So as you can see, I'm taking an aggressive chance here, but I'm only taking it because I know I can get out alive. If I was in a traditional cruiser build, I would be caught here. My only option would be to reverse and bow tank, and you can see I cannot bow tank this whole team. But with an agile build, you have every option open to you. So in this case, I was hoping to cap, but that didn't turn out. And there's still 5 seconds left, but the enemies are starting to close in a little bit on me, and I might be getting in a crossfire soon. So now this poor Budioni here from earlier, he's going to regret teaming up with his tier 6 buddy, because he is out of the game. And like I've said before on this map, I don't really care about taking this C cap here. All I care about is delaying the enemy and taking it. And taking up as many of their resources as possible. Like you saw in the beginning where I rushed in to get spotted right off the bat, to attract as many enemies as possible to this side of the map, leaving everybody else free to do whatever they want over at A and B. And A has been pretty much taken, and there's a few ships at B, but the majority of the enemy team is over here at C, pretty much wasting time. See, they're all sitting out there, and like they can't push in because there's too many of us here. And at least I don't really care about that cap. I just don't want them to get it, but I don't really want it myself. And actually, even if they get it, it doesn't matter as long as we have A and B as well. So all I care about is to attract fire, make the enemies waste their time and their shots, and do as much damage as I can while I do that. And that's how you win on this map. Now, had I started at A or B, I would have rushed to A first, and once that was taken, I would have started to take B. Of course, this strategy actually requires that the majority of the enemy team actually tries to take C. And like I said before, that's why I rush in. I get spotted, I shoot, and I do everything in my power to be an attractive target. And that way, it's really hard for an enemy team to pass up an opportunity for a cruiser citadel. Not that they're going to get any citadels, because hitting me at this distance here that I make sure I stay at is extremely hard. And as you saw before, I can use islands for cover as well. It's not like an agile build like precludes you from doing that. Absolutely not. You can do it as well. So now this New Orleans here is trying to flank. So he is a bit of a worry because he is going directly for me. He's constantly targeting me. So unfortunately, I can't really turn. I wanted to turn into C again here, but he is pretty much keeping me from doing that because he'll be able to citadel me then. So I'll pretty much have to either have someone else to deal with him, or I'll have to take him out somehow. And he's so low on health now that I mean, the 3 or 4 of us over here have been chipping away at him the whole time. So it's a battle of attrition on this side of the map here. And as the longer you can stretch like the enemies on this side of the map, the better you'll do. And that pretty much goes for most maps. It is just very, very obvious on this map. That's why I always use it as an example. But it's the same on the Atlantic and Land of Fire and Fault Line, Greece. Yeah, a lot of maps. So that pesky cruiser is gone now, so we are heading in again. We don't want them to take the cap if we can get away with it. But like I said before, it's not a disaster if they do. But this is where the enemy is, so we might as well get some damage in and keep them from doing anything productive at the same time. Alright, there is almost a little bit less than 8 minutes left, so we've got the enemy down to pretty much half our size, so now is the time to push. We could stay here and just fight them off and take it easy pretty much, but like there are so many of us that even if a few of us die taking out this team here, that's fine. It's not really gonna matter at all, and we are way ahead on points. So I have decided to take on this Richelieu over here, because he's just been sitting there camping the whole battle, and I think he needs to be punished a little bit for that. So we'll just be really annoying to him. And then this Cleveland here is on the run, and that's a mistake. This guy here should definitely push in. If these guys are going to have any chance of winning this battle, this guy here would have to take me on. Because at this distance here, Wichita has all the advantage. Cleveland needs to be within 10 kilometers of a Wichita to be any sort of threat. But then, is it within 10 kilometers? It is a massive threat. Same with Baltimore. You have to keep your distance to those guys. So here we have this German coming out of hiding, and I finally get my cap here that I was denied in the beginning of the game. So I'm very happy. And as you can see, I am playing the island game now. And like I said before, there's nothing stopping you from doing that in an Agile cruiser. And you can see I'm doing the exact same thing I did before. Like, I rush in, I evade all the shots, then I find a good place to turn around, and then I rush out, and then I shoot and I evade shots again, and pretty much rinse and repeat. So it's kind of going in concentric circles back and forth, if you know what I mean. That's the play in an Agile cruiser. But then, of course, the higher commander you have, the better. Like, Agile builds are very, very promotion order, insignia, and universal commendation hungry, because you only really get like the best Agile builds at the very, very highest level of your commanders and your inspirations. So it requires quite a sacrifice. Anyway, that's the battle, and we won. And we did good damage, high caliber, and a few kills, and yeah, pretty average XP actually. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this battle, and I'll see you out there.